Hi guys, I just wanted to let you know about the new giveaway that I am holding on my channel. It's for the Sims 4 Get Famous expansion pack. The link for it will be down in the description, but if you would like to enter, it will be running from the 2nd of November until the 14th of November. If you wanted to go ahead and get yourself entered, follow the link in the description, log in with an account, and then make sure you're subscribed. If you wanted to, have a look at my Facebook page and also follow me on Twitter, it'll also give you 2 extra new entries, so you have 3 times the chance of winning. If you guys want to go enter, thanks a lot, bye. Okay, so hi guys, I'm Lollipop and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm covering a very highly requested video on my channel, and I'm having a look at the best Sims 4 mods of 2018. So we're going to go over a few of the ones that I've used myself. Obviously there's loads of other mods out there that are amazing, and they've got great, creators who've done really well with them. However, these are just the mods that I personally tried and would recommend, and I feel that you should have them in your gameplay to increase your enjoyment. I'm going to go ahead and provide links to all of those in the description below, so you can go ahead and check those out yourself if you wanted to have a look. If you like any of them, obviously let me know in the comment section below. If you dislike any of them, let me know, and let me know why as well. I would like to know. Alongside that, there's going to be a lot of mods covered in this video, so I'm going to make timestamps so you can skip through the video to whatever mods you would like to view, or if you'd like to skip certain mods that you've already seen before. So I'll go ahead and include those in the description as well. So if you just want to head on down there, that would be great. And yeah, let's go ahead and start the video, and I will show you all of my mods that I think are the best of 2018 for The Sims 4. Right, so first up on the mods list is going to be the MC Command Center. So as you can see, we are actually open on the website. So this is where you would download all of the documentation. I'm going to provide all of the links in the description below, but you can go ahead and obviously follow this link if you wanted to. You would click on the downloads and you would download the newest one, depending on what sort of version of your game you have. So if we go back to the overview, here, MC Command Center is the base mod. You need this module for anything else to work, so that's the base one that you would have to download. Now it tells you what each and every one does, so it depends on what sort of things you want in your game. So for example, this is the career module. So this would handle all career-based functionality, so other Sims getting careers, allowing your Sim to level up in their career, etc, etc. Any sort of career-based cheats that you would want, or story progression, you would have that in your game. So you've got, for example, the cleaner. This would handle cleaning the game, so making it run better, removing outfit categories from outfits, getting rid of homeless ghosts, basically just cleaning up your game, and having it work better. You've also got the MC clubs, which is story progression to clubs. If you don't have get together, again, you're not going to need that. Because you don't have access to clubs, so it wouldn't matter about the story progression. But if you do have this in your game, it will allow other Sims in the world to join clubs. One other really good one that I like is the population mod. So this stimulates story progression of moving homeless Sims into households, moving in and out, which would mean Sims can move around. They can move around in their neighborhood. They can do other stuff with other people. That's always good. Right, the other good one that I like personally is the pregnancy mod. So that's story progression of neighborhood Sims. They can get married, have children, and age up without direct control. So they'll do all of that in the background, which is probably the best thing to have if you wanted to. If you're, for example, not all computers can handle all of these running at one time. If you find that the game starts to run slowly, because it can always do that, obviously, it's quite a big mod, you might want to take out some of these, but I'd probably suggest leaving the population and pregnancy in, because they're going to be your main ones for story progression in terms of moving people in and out, and also, having them be pregnant. And the careers are probably quite important, so that other Sims have careers in your game as well. Another good one is the MC Woohoo, which handles romantic interactions between controlled Sims and other Sims, which allows them to obviously woohoo, have affairs with other Sims, which is quite good for stories. So it might be worth you getting any of those. So you can go ahead and click on this website here. You go to MC Downloads, and you can download it here. And then obviously this, you can just make sure that you've got the right version. If your game is the most up-to-date version, then normally the newest update will always work with your game. But I double check with which version your game is up to date with before downloading each version that that is currently released. Right, okay, so we just hopped into game with the MC Command Center mod installed, and right now I don't actually have any other mods installed that would affect gameplay other than obviously like a few you know, custom content mods anyways, but they're not going to affect any of the gameplay anyways, so we're all good there. So what we are having a look at is the MC Command Center mod is a story progression based mod that allows the whole world and town to live their lives simultaneously to your sim. So all the other people in the town can you know, have babies, can get married, can have affairs, can do all these random and wonderful things that you would be able to do with your own sim. So I wanted to show you a few of the settings obviously in game. Now I know a few of you probably, or most of you, would have seen this mod already because it's one of the most you know, requested mods almost. It's a really well known one. But in terms of obviously what it does, now to control everything in this mod, it is all done by the computer. So although you can go over to your sim, and your sim has the MC Command Center tab on them, and there's a few settings on here. It lets you know their name, you know, their age, how far they're in, if they're married to somebody, where they're living, any children that they've got. It also allows you to change anything about the sim, so you can edit them in Creator Sim, which is very helpful if you want to go through and edit the whole household. Then you've got a few Creator Sim cheats, which obviously you can get into, and it's just setting walk styles, physique, various stuff. You've got cheats. This is really useful if you're going to play a game but you want to level the sim up in terms of their skill cheats. It's really helpful in here because you can just level up, you know, skills and what level you want them to be. So if you want them to almost already have lived their life when you're playing with them, then this can be really useful. There's various different things, but I'm just going to cover a few of them. Now normally there is a career cheat on here as well when the sim has a career, so that you can auto promote them. So if you want them to be further up in their career than the base, you know, starting you know, set, you can level them up and promote them. You've also got pregnancy. It will show you if they're pregnant and how many children they're having, and also whether they're boy or girl. That means you can also go in there and change how many children they're having, and all of that sort of stuff. And also relationships, which is if you want to, you know, have a sim already maybe romantically involved with somebody, you would click, you know, add relationship, and then you would, you know, find the other sim that you want them to have a relationship with, and you'd either add friendly or a romantic relationship. So that covers all of the things or the options that you really get on your sims. Now in terms of the computer, this is where you're going to find most of the controls, or this is where basically you would go in and edit all your settings. So in terms of your settings, I'd suggest probably turning on autosave. That's always a really useful one. Personally, I prefer realism in my games, so I always go on to the money and then pay child support. And then I have mine set to all. So what that will mean is if the child is not living with both parents, this setting can allow money to be moved from or paid to the active sim's household. So basically, if your sim has a baby with another sim and he goes and he moves out for unbeknown reasons, it doesn't really matter, he would then pay your sim child support. If the child moved out with him, your sim would pay him child support for the baby or the child until they age up to a young adult. So that is how that would work. That's always a fun one to play around with. You also set the child support percent. I'd probably suggest keeping that at 1 because if you set it too high, you'll get loads and loads of money coming in and it's not so great. But anyways, you can change it to whatever you want to. In terms of all of this is basically just this sort of stuff is like settings. So for example, adopt neglected child. If a sim neglects a child such that it doesn't feed them, or the baby's unhappy, or for some unknown reason it gets neglected and taken away by the authorities, another household in this whole town will adopt that child. So technically you could go and see your adopted child, which is always very good for story-based lines. So if you wanted to, you know, enable that, you could. You've also got various different settings in here to change offspring. Again, change your careers. This is, you know, this is the settings for the story progression. So you can go ahead and change all of these sort of bits. Cleaner, I'd always suggest keeping these on. This basically will clean up your game, keeping it better, getting rid of useless things such as a sim cleaner. Sync married names. That will sync if they get married. Make sure that the man and the husband have both got the same name. Item cleaner, it will go through and, you know, clean things, remove certain items if you choose it to. Neighborhood cleaner, bypass family ghost, that's basically cleaning cold sims, is a ghost is released in the netherworld and the game will normally delete them. So you can set it up to clean all of those up, but also bypass the family ghost. So then that way it doesn't affect your family tree, which is good for legacy challenge, because you don't really want your family tree being messed with over the 10 generations, because that's a lot of generations to go through. There's a few other ones, probably population. So this is moving, open houses. So I'll probably set this to normally, I have mine set to 0 because I like to fill up all my households, and if I don't want somebody living there, I'll just evict them and put my sim there. But you can have that set to however many houses you want to be free, and for them not to move into. You can't specify the house, but you can specify how many houses within the world. I'm trying to think of some other ones that you guys probably would want to see. Now, obviously, for clubs, you would need Get Together. If you don't have Get Together, there would be no point in downloading this this module of the MC Command Center. So don't bother, going ahead and downloading that. There would be no need to download any of that. So yeah, in terms of obviously what we do in game, that's pretty much all of it. There's not too much. Obviously, everything will go on. I can't really show you that in game because, again, like, things are just going to happen around in areas, and you'll see it as the game progresses. If you wanted to have a look at how it really sort of works in a game scenario, you can have a look at my a few of my Let's Plays. Most of those are fairly progressed into the game, so you'd probably see other sims having babies, doing their own thing. So if you wanted to go ahead and have a look at that sort of stuff. And yeah, let's move on to the next mod. Right, so now to move on to LittleMsSam's mods. So this is her page just here, open on the online learning system, which again you can find in the description down below. LittleMsSam's mods are really good for gameplay. I mean, I suggest just generally looking on here anyways for new mods. She's always releasing new ones, and the mods that they release are really good. I mean, I'm calling them a girl. I'm assuming it's a girl because it's Miss, but anyways. Right, this is the online learning system. So there's a new mod that she released as of the September 15th, or at least the updates have come since then. I'm pretty sure that's the newest, that was the release date. This allows your sim to learn up to 41 skills, including the vet and hidden skills, online via the online learning system. So you register via a computer or tablet, which costs 150 for teens plus and 75 for children, and you'll get access to the online learning system via the computer or tablet or phone. This will mean that your sim will learn for 60 sim minutes, and obviously will gain the skill amount depending on their traits, lot traits, and other influences like bus. The skill gaining can be faster or slower. Obviously, that will all depend. So, in terms of obviously what we can do, I will take you on into game, so we can obviously have a play around with this. If you want to read more into depth with these, you always can, but considering I'm just generally covering the mods, I'm not going to go too into depth with them. So if you want to go ahead and read all of these, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and show you in-game how you would use this mod. Right, so we are back in game. So let's go ahead and jump right in and have a look at the online learning system. Right, so if we take Joanna over here to the laptop, and we can go ahead and register for online learning system that costs 150 simoleons. So she has registered for that. I don't think she actually needs to go over there to do it. Perfect. So it has now unlocked the online learning system as a little, bar, and it allows us to go through all of the different skills that are currently unlocked for our sim. So all of these ones are available. It allows you to obviously learn any of them, which is very convenient. You've also got study hard bonus for 10 simoleons, which I'm assuming will allow you to, improve your skill even more, but you'll have to, pay for this. That's what I'm assuming would happen. But let's have her go ahead and maybe research the Charisma career for a little while. So we'll have her head on over there. And then she's just going to plop her buttocks down. And then she's going to sit there and she's going to do 60 minutes worth of skill building. And then obviously right now she's currently just learning it, at a normal pace. But she's going to sit there for the next 60 minutes to learn the skill. And now that menu is unlocked, that will always stay unlocked for that sim. So I think that's it with that mod, but I think it's very convenient to have in your game for leveling up skills that maybe, you know, you can't be bothered to sit, or you can't buy, you know, a skill building item for it, and you don't really want to just have your sim sit there and read a book. You can have them go to the computer and learn it through here. And also your sim's mood will affect this as well. So if they start maybe getting confident, so if we, for example, have her go, oh, is that what we want? No, we want psych self up. So if I take her over there, once she's finished doing this, she's going to psych herself up in the mirror. And now she's feeling confident. So we're going to have her go over to the here and then start building her charisma skills some more. And as you can see, it's got the white bar around it, which means that the skill is building even faster. Now, the mood will affect the sim still, so it will be, you know, efficiency will be increased if the skill, if the mood of the skill is what is recommended to build that skill. So, right, so this one is another one of LittleMsSam's mods, and we're going to be having a look at the Ultrasound mod. Sorry, the Ultrasound Scan Mod. So, what this does in game is it allows you to visit a gynecologist to do an ultrasound examination. So, when a pregnant sim is in their 2nd or 3rd trimester, they can go and visit their gynecologist to do an ultrasound examination, which is going to be 75 simoleons. This will determine the name and the number and the gender of the babies. You can find the introduction, visit a gynecologist via the phone to travel. Your sim will be away from around 60 to 90 minutes. They'll come back with an ultrasound scan inside their inventory. This will allow you to be hung on the wall. And then obviously you can also go ahead and hover over it to have a look at it and have your sim view it. And then once your sim views it, it will tell them how many babies they're having and what the gender of the babies are. Now obviously this can always change because your sim can actually be affected by eating certain foods. So for example, if it's told you that your baby's going to be a female and then you have your sim eat loads of foods that would encourage a female to be, encourage a male baby, you might end up having a male. This isn't set and certain, but you know, you like to say that it is. So right, so here is the picture. So this is what the options are. So this is the 1 baby, this is 3 babies, and that is 2 babies just there. So they're all really going to look the same. So obviously you can always pin these on the wall, but really it's when your sim goes over to view it, it will tell them how many babies they're having. And this is always quite useful because you can start planning in the nursery before, you know, your sim has the baby. But let me go ahead and take you into game, and I'll go ahead and show you how this works. Right, okay, so we have our girl Joanna here, who's looking cute as hell. But she's currently in her 2nd trimester with her baby/babies that we don't know yet. So we're going to have her go ahead and visit the gynecologist and get an ultrasound scan and see how many babies she's having and also what the gender of the babies or baby are. So we're going to go to our phone, and if you head over to travel, there is visit a gynecologist for 75 simoleons. So we go ahead and click on that, and it asks you if you want to go alone or with your significant other. So we're going to send Arun with us, you know, to go see the gender of the baby. So we're going to go ahead and send them off. So they are going to shoot on off together. There they go. They're going to head on off. And I'm going to speed through. It's going to be about 60 to 90 minutes that they're going to be gone for. So I'm going to go ahead and speed on through. And then once they get back, we'll see you guys in a second. Right, okay, so Joanna just got back. And she will find her ultrasound examination results inside of her inventory. So I'll go ahead and pull her inventory up. And as you can see, we've got her inventory, the ultrasound scan just there. So let me find a blank wall, which doesn't appear to be many blank walls in this house. Right, okay, this wall will do just up here. So we're going to go ahead and pull this out of her inventory. So you've got 2 options. You can either view it yourself, which is just by holding over it. So it does say that the patient named above is pregnant with 1 baby, and it will most likely be a girl. So it does show you a picture of the little baby just there, and it's really cute, which you can go ahead and create copies of this. You can do everything you would normally be able to do with you know, a painting in game. And then we can also have her come over here and view the painting. So right now she has a moodlet for exciting news. It's exciting to find out the gender and the number of the incoming offspring. Now the setting up and decorating of the nursery can begin. So she can actually go ahead and view this view this image just here. And then she gets another moodlet saying Ultrasound Scan. Viewing the Ultrasound Scan lets you delight in happy memories. So they are the two main, you know, buffs or, you know, moods that your sim would get from viewing this image. So you can hang that up anywhere in your house, and I think it's a really cool addition to have in your game. Right, so moving on is the Foster Family mod, again from LittleMsSam, because their mods are incredible. Right, so basically what this mod is it allows you to become a foster parent almost of either pets or children. So what will happen is you register at the foster family network for foster kids or for pets, and then they will contact you every time a kid is in need of a foster family. So they will send a message over. You can go ahead and go up there and collect the child. And then you can also manually check this every day if you want to, if they haven't contacted you. And then obviously they will then come to your house and you will foster them and you will look after them until somebody decides to adopt them, or you can choose to adopt them if you so choose, and you build your relationship up with them as well. So I'll go ahead and pop into game and I'll show you guys that mod. Right, okay, so we're back in game and we're going to have a look at the LittleMsSam's foster family network. So let's go ahead and select this on her phone. And we'll wait for that to come up. Just give it 1 second. She just has to do her thing. So there we go. So first of all, this menu pops up. Now, the first thing you would do is register. So this means that toddlers, children, or teens will willingly, you will offer your home to them. You'll have to provide them somewhere to sleep. And obviously, yeah, you have to look after them really. So we just click on this one to sign herself up. So it says thank you for registering. So they will contact you if any children need fostering. But then we can also click on here and we give it a second to load once more. And we can also check the foster family, which is that one there. Now we can't do it because it's not between... yeah, you can't do it on a Sunday. You can only do it between Monday to Saturday, between 8 AM and 7 PM. But normally you'd be able to click this and check. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Obviously, I can't show you too much into this because this is just a brief overview of the mods. But you get the idea. Obviously, that it will say on your screen, do you want to send them to go collect the child, and they'll go off and then they'll come back with the child, and then really you just look after them, but they're not going to be in your family. You're going to be looking after them but not controlling them, so you have to influence them to do things. So it's best to have a good parenting skill with this mod. Okay, so we're having a look at the ATM cards, which is an update of Zooroo's mod, which basically allows you to have an ATM, so you can take out credit. That then means you can take out like a certain amount of money, for example like 50,000 simoleons to buy a house, and then every day you will end up paying money back for that house, money back for that loan that you take out. However, you will end up paying more in the long run. So it gives you the actual calculations here, but in general you pay a daily interest around a daily interest rate, including 10% interest on top of whatever you buy. So that would be how it works. You can also take out a card as well, which you can use in game. So if you want to send your sim off with a card, if you want to have a sim move out with money, then you can put money on this card and give that sim that card, and have them take it out with them. And yeah, I'll go ahead and show you it in game what it looks like. Okay, so we've hopped into game, and as you can see, I've already placed the ATM just here. Now, in terms of finding the ATM, all you need to do is go into your build by and then type in the search bar ATM, and it's the first one that comes up that is like the custom content one. There is 2 in game, but you want the one that looks like this one. So I'll show you on the ATM first of all. You click on here and you click apply for a credit, and then this is how you buy the credit. So for example, if I take out this £2,500 credit, I'll go ahead and head over to the ATM. The animation's a bit off, but you get the issue anyways. So we have got 2,500 in the bank, and it thanks you for using the credit offer. The documents are located in our inventory. So if we go ahead and click over here, we've got the credit information. Now you can go ahead and replay the loan straight away for 2,750, or you can wait for it to be deducted every day, and then you could pay it off whatever way you would rather. And then you can also do the exact same thing on the computer over here. As well as that, you can also buy a card, as I was talking about. So if you wanted a sim to move out with a lump sum of money from your household funds, then you could just go on here, click buy card like she is, and then you'll get a screen that pops up in just 1 second, which looks like this. And this shows you the amount of money that will actually go on the card. So whatever the cost of the card is will be whatever money is technically on it. And you can go ahead and, you know, buy the card. So for example, we'll buy this £10,000 silver card. So I bought that and now it's in my inventory. And then I can go ahead and sell it for that amount, or I can give it to somebody else and then they can go ahead and sell it for that same amount. So they can move away, you know, £10,000 from one household to another without using any cheats, which is very, very helpful. Right, so next up on the list is the Explore mod. So this mod allows you to allows your sims to leave through a rabbit hole and return with buffs, motives, increases, skill increases, relationship increase. Basically, it will allow you to send your sim off to go do something, go on vacation, you know, do loads of different stuff. You can go with people, you can go by yourself. And it will allow you to send them off to go do something so that you keep them busy. So you can either concentrate on other sims, or you can, you know, play a story like they've gone on holiday and you've got the kids at home. Yeah, like loads of different stuff with that. You can also use it to find a service. So if you want to send them to the gym but not actually control them, you can also do that as well, and they can get a personal trainer, which is really, really cool. With this as well, you'll also be able to, exploring. So with this as well, exploring is going to cost money. So everything that would normally cost money in real life, such as going to the cinema, that's going to cost you money in-game as well. So it's a more realistic way of doing it. Alongside that, these are the list of classes. You can do shopping, you can get services, you can also make money as well. So it might be worth you guys having a look at the website and scrolling through the other options that you can get. As well as that, you can send your sim on dates to improve, you know, romantic relationships, which can actually go good or bad, which is really, really good. As well as that, you can also do gambling, so you can send them off to do some gambling. As well as that, a new trait comes with the game called Gambler, and also a new skill, which adds a new interaction at the card table. So let me go ahead and put us into the game, and I'll go ahead and show you guys some of the options. Right, so we are back in game and we're just going to have a look at the Explore mod. So in terms of using the Explore mod, you will normally click on your sim, and on here you have two new options now. You have Explore and Explore With. So if we click Explore With, hold on, let me just put this on pause so she doesn't go walking around. If we press Explore With, we have three different options. We've got Attractions, which allows us to do these, and it shows you the amount of time that they're going to be gone for, and also if it's going to cost any money as well. You've got vacation spots, which are just here, and these are gone for 1 day, and these are to send your sim on holiday. And then we've also got temporary work, which allows your sim to obviously go, yeah, so it allows you to obviously send them off for the amount of money, and they get to come back with a new outfit, which is really cool. Or you've got the singular Explore area, which adds another 2 extra ones, which is places to shop and services. So services allows you to go to the spa or go to the hospital. And normally going to hospital can also mean your sim can get surgery and things like that. As well as that, you've also got places to shop, so it allows you to send your sim off. They pay a certain amount of money and they will come back with maybe an outfit or some pet food. Right, so next up is another one of KawaiStacie's mods, which is called the Slice of Life mod. So this mod is generally adding more gameplay that you would expect from real life, which is why it's called Slice of Life. The newest update is currently out, which is this one here. But in general, basically what happens is it focuses on adding realism. It adds physical changes to the sims based on moods, new buffs, and also a cell phone menu, which is very similar to the social media mod if you've used that. This mod applies to every sim, even NPC sims, which is non-playable sims, so other ones that are walking around. Basically, what this will do is moods for your sims will affect what they look like. For example, teary eyes your sim will get when they're sad, they'll get a blushy face when they're flirty, they'll get a blushy face when they're embarrassed, and also red cheeks when they're drunk, which this mod also allows your sims to get drunk on drinking bar drinks. As well as that, you've also got a bruised face, you've got gaps when losing teeth for children, and you've also got pimples when having acne as they start to hit puberty. As well as that, obviously, in-game changes can be get drunk. You can also get acne. You also have a better phone. So in terms of this, you get different sort of apps that you can use. You get a love tester app, which requires a romantic relationship, which you can test. Obviously that you haven't got to actually go for it, but it will always be quite cool to use. And you've also got a stinky breath, so your sim will have to brush their teeth. So there's an actual reason to brush your teeth in the game now. And yeah, some other stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and hop into game, and I'll show you guys some examples of what we can do. Right, so let's have a breakdown of the Slice of Life mod. So first of all, in game, the main bit would be obviously the change in appearance. So for example, let me go ahead and make her. Let me change sim moods. Let's make her sad. Right, so she's currently now very sad, and that will mean that she will start to get the teary-eyed. So if we go ahead and look right close, she now has teary eyes, and you can see that she has that little line. Oh, okay, just walk away from me, that's fine. Right, so she now has teary eyes, as you can see just here. They're a little bit wet and almost like they're teary. And she also gets a different sort of mood just here, which says, teary eyes, why is Joanna so sad? So that is obviously a teary-eyed thing. Let me go ahead and make her, we want to change some mood. Let's go ahead and make her flirty. So now that she's become flirty, she is going to get the blush cheeks. So if we just have her come over here, and she should get it in just a second. There we go. So now her cheeks are all blushed and she's looking very, very cute. So this is what she looks like when she gets flirty. So all Sims that are flirty are going to get this sort of look to them when they become flirty. So there's some of the examples of the facial interaction, so you can actually see what other Sims are feeling without actually having to look at them. You would know exactly how they're feeling. Right, let's cover the phone. So in here we've also got the Slice of Life phone. This allows you to text people, you can send them memes, send them selfies. You can also use the apps, you can play different games, you can also, build specific types of, you can also play different games on here, which is quite cool. And then you've also got the romantic, so you can send people text messages that are flirty without actually being flirty. You don't have to be flirty in order to send this message. As well as that, you can also send mean text messages if you wanted to, decrease your relationship with them. So there's all the stuff that you can do for that. Now in terms of just generally in terms of their mood, obviously sometimes Sims can wake up and be in a bad mood. They can be angry, they can be sad, they can be embarrassed. There's loads of different stuff, but obviously children do get a few more because obviously puberty and things, but all of the Sims will be affected by each different moods that they've got. And you guys can go ahead and have a play around with that if you wanted to put it into your own games. So I also wanted to show you guys about your Sim getting drunk, so the add-on of them getting drunk. So let's have her go ahead and make her favourite drink over at the bar, and let's have her have a few drinks and we'll see how she gets affected by those. Right, okay, so she has just finished her second drink, and as you can see, she has just gotten really, really red in the face. So she's feeling from being drunk, so she's had a little bit too much to drink. She also has tantalizing tannis from drinking nectar. I don't think that comes with the game though. And she also has out of this world from drinking because she's had too many drinks, and she's also drunk. So this Sim has reached their drinking limits. So right now she is feeling really nauseous because she, has drunk too much, and she's probably going to end up throwing up. But yeah, obviously the Sim will either throw up in the next 2 hours, or or nothing will happen, and they will just go to bed, and that'll be it really. Right, okay, so moving on from the gameplay mods technically, or the script mods, we're going to be moving on to the trait bundle, or various different traits that I have installed in the game. So this specific trait bundle from KawaiStacie adds 42 new traits, and these traits all focus on building relationships, needs, and skills. Some of the traits can ruin relationships, needs, and skills, and there are no buffs added to the traits, which makes it safer and stops your game from getting errors, which is always good. So as you can see here are some of the pictures of the traits that she's got in here, but specifically these are the traits that it adds. So ugly, funny, unpopular, uncreative, slow learner, light eater, introverts, smelly, early bird, bad cook, programmer, fun loving, all these things that you would want in your game. Basically all these things that you would want to spice up the game, because there isn't many traits in the game to add personality to all your Sims. So I find that this really helps for creating stories and making like different Sims that you haven't had before. So these are always really good. So let's go ahead and pop into game, and I'll show you what some of them look like when we add them to our Sim. Right, so having a look at this traits bundle in game, as you can see we've got the ugly trait. Now these Sims are quite ugly on the inside, which makes it hard for them to build relationships, so that's one example. You've also got the sporty trait, which these Sims are good at all things physical. You've got the natural gamer trait, which these Sims are naturally good at gaming, of course. Handy, which are good at repairing things. What else have we got? We've got some lifestyle things, so naturally thick, for example. So these Sims have a low metabolism, so they naturally gain weight faster. And you also have naturally thin as well, which these Sims naturally lose weight faster. And you've also got a few other ones that are quite good to have, so for example uncreative. So there's some of the examples, and then we've also got in the social, we've also got unforgettable, sweet talker, lovable, all these traits that would be really good to have in the game. I like using all of these traits. I use these traits as well as the EA traits, and you can mix and match them, and you can create Sims that you've never really had before, which I find is really good. Right, okay, so next up is the 100 traits unlocked for Creator Sims. This is actually on Mod the Sims, so you can go ahead and download that again. All the links are going to be in the description. Here are some of the examples of the mods that are unlocked, all of the traits that are going to be unlocked. Now, all of these traits are actually in the game already. They've either come with the base game or they come with expansion packs. Now, the idea of this is that it actually unlocks them. So all of these are available through various different ways in the game. But this actually unlocks them for your Sim to use them in-game and use them as actual traits that you can apply to your Sim when first creating them, which I feel adds a lot of depth. And obviously adding over 100 traits expands the choice and the variety of your Sims by so much. So I'll go ahead and take you into game and I'll show you some of those traits that are in now. Right, okay, so let's have a look at the traits that are in this mod. So we've got a few here. We've got uncontrollable emotions, which we can't have because it conflicts with cheerful. So let me go ahead and take off some of the traits that she's got. So it unlocks all of them. We've got insensitive, we've got survivalist. What else have we got? We've got fresh chef. All of these new ones. Happy toddler. So she was a happy toddler. We've got someone down here, super green thumb, which means that they they're better at gardening and things like that. We've also got the ones on this page, long-lived, so they live longer than most Sims. We've got irresponsible, loads of different things that will add different variations to your game. Right, okay, so my last mod that I'm going to be covering, or mods, are my career mods that I have installed. So a few of them are on here. There's so many to go through, so I won't be able to show you every single one open, but I'll link all of them in the description so you guys can get all of them. But I'll show you this one, for example. So this is the Ultimate Dancer Career. So this one, what it does is it allows your Sims to become a dancer. Here are some of the screenshots so we can open it. So this would be what it looks like when you go in game. So you just search for a job normally and it shows up as Ultimate Dancer. You start off as a student and you're on 15 simoleons per hour, and then you move on and it will ask you to improve certain skills for your job, and obviously you improve these in order to get promoted, and it will work exactly the same as a normal job. And then once you get to a specific level in your job where you can split off and focus on different areas, you can then either become a choreographer, an instructor, a street dancer, a classical ballet dancer, and you can go ahead and focus on whatever you wanted to in that. And then again, whatever one you wanted to choose. Obviously each one varies slightly, and then yeah, you move on and you have to improve your skills more. So I'll go ahead and take you into game to show you some of the ones that I have installed in my game. but really they're all going to work the same sort of way, just except obviously it adds different variation to your game, because you can have different types of Sims with different careers and aspirations for their lives for the game. Right, so in game we've opened up the find a career or find a job on the phone. So here are some examples of the jobs that we've got installed. Some new ones are the architecture career, which allows you to branch off into construction, urban planning and architectural heritage. You've also got the astronomer career, which allows them to branch off into an astrophysicist and also a space explorer. As well as that, I've also got the baker career, which I've got installed, which is a really good one that I like to use. Alongside that is my biology career, which allows you to specialise in pharmacy, clinical research, pharmaceutical industry or genetics. I've also got the fitness instructor career, which allows you to be a group fitness instructor or a personal trainer. Alongside those, we've also got the law career, which allows you to become attorney, an in-house judge and public prosecution. And I think the last few that I've got in here are the ultimate careers, which are just here. So you've got the ultimate animator career. These are all by the same person, and I really, really like these careers. I'd highly recommend you download these. You've got the animator, you've got the dancing career, you've got the educator career, and you've also got the graphic designer career. And alongside those, you've also got the veterinary career, which is one that I really like, because personally I don't always like running my own vet. It's a lot of hassle and a lot of stress just to turn up, just to work, and obviously you don't actually have a career, or you don't have an actual job. I like this because you can send your sim off to go and, you know, do their own thing, and they can still, you know, technically be a vet. So these are some of the main ones. So let me go ahead and pick one, for example, the ultimate dancer career. So we'll sign her up to that, and as you can see, it shows us, you know, what she needs to get. So for example, let's go ahead and promote her in her career, and we will promote her one more time. And as you can see, what level will we be able to get up to for these ones? There we go. Right, so level 5 is when we choose which type of dancer we're going to be. So for example, we want to be an instructor. So let's go ahead and go through with that. And then this sort of changes and she needs more developed skills. And then we'll go ahead and promote her some more. There we go. And let me get her all the way to the top of the career, which is level 10, of course. And now that she is level 10, she is a dance mentor. So here she needs to have a max charisma skill and also a max logic skill as well. And then she'll be earning a lot of money every hour. Obviously not. The thing that I like about these is they're all very the things that I like about these is that all of them are very realistic. None of them are over what you would earn in your actual, you know, Sims 4 careers. They're all very realistic, and they don't add too much, you know, insanity to the game where it wouldn't be realistic that they're earning that sort of money, which is what I really like. So you guys should go take a look at all of those mods. Yeah, I think this is my list of my best 2018 mods that I have found personally. There's probably loads of other mods out there that I haven't actually had a chance to try, but in terms of the ones that I have seen and I have used myself, these are what I found to be the best 2018 mods. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to leave a like. If you've got any questions, comments or concerns, leave them in the comment section below. And also, if you're new, it'd be awesome if you could subscribe because it helps my family grow. So as always, I love you all, and I'll speak to you in the next episode. Bye guys!